else want to see another problem on here? Because we have the arithmetic sequences here. We know a little bit about the two formulas we're going to use. So this might be a good chance to get another problem thrown in. Anybody want to see any of these other than number 8? Number 6. Good questions. All right. Good job. Let's do it. All right. So this is 291 workbook. And we're looking at number 6. So to start with number 6 here, okay, find the first 5 terms of the arithmetic sequence defined as follows. Okay, so I'm going to write what's defined, and then we're just going to go for it. So I can find any term if I know the term before it, minus 22. Okay, and we also are told that a sub 1 is 18. So look, I got to find the first 5 terms. And just to recall here, let's go back and look at this with trying to match it with what formula we have. Let's see. Does this look like recursive or explicit? Let's see. One sec. Yeah. So here it's a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1, the prior term, plus our common difference. Yeah, no problem. I'll do 4 after. So look, we have our common difference of negative 22. Okay. What we're having to do sometimes is look at the formula they give us, whatever they're giving us, and we have to like take a breath here and see that we're trying to find the first 4 or 5 terms, and you're going to slowly just look at what they give you and see if there's any information that would help us get from term to term. Now, when I look at this, they said what first term was, 18. Okay. And really what this is saying is, this is the desired term, desired, is equal to the prior term, plus, in this case it's minus, it's a negative number, but this is the common difference. Remember, the common difference is just how many we add to get to the next one. And we know it's negative 22. So you could, work this out. You could say, well, you don't have to, but, a sub 2 is equal to a sub 1, well, minus 22, right? That's all our recursive formula helps us do. It just helps us get the next term. Now, explicit is different because explicit we can look for any term. This is like advanced, right? This is like easier. How do you find the next term? This is like find the 2000th term. We could do it with this. The only information that's ever needed is the common difference, what term you're looking for, and also the first term, in this case, we need over here. Those are the 3 things we look for, or we need. So I know that this is going to be 18 minus 22, negative 4. I need to subtract another 22. We're going to get negative 26. I'll subtract another 22, get negative 48. And I'll lastly subtract the last 22 and get negative 70. All right, number 6. So if you ask for number 6, let me know in the chat. What'd you think about it? All right. And everyone else, thumbs up, sideways, down for number 6. What do you think? Yeah? Okay. So just remember, we're given sometimes just the formula and some pieces of information. We got to think, well, what is our goal? All right. Good, David. You got it right. Good. All right. We just got to keep remembering and asking, what is our goal? What did we have to find? Okay. So that's going to help us kind of use whatever information they give us. I see here. Oof. Find the common difference and write the explicit formula for the nth term. So we're going to need the explicit formula. I'll go ahead and write it over here. Okay. And for this, all we need is our first term, right? This is our first term. And we need our common difference. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. If they say, hey, look here, in the instructions, they say, write the explicit formula. So right away I stop and I think, what is the explicit formula? I better write that down first. This is number 4. I'm doing 8 next. So we take the clues from the question. We get everything ready. Now we're going to be able to create this because we're going to find the parts. Let's see. First, let's find the common difference. So 1/2, 5 halves, 9 halves, 13 halves. Okay. Yeah, this one is tricky because look, we got to see the common difference. How did we go from here to here? What is our D value? We got to do a little bit more work to find this one. Because before, if this was 1 and you went to 5, you'd say, well, I just added 4. If it was just 1 and 5, you'd say, I added 4. But here we have fractions. So what we got to see here is that we better take 5 halves and subtract 1/2 to see what that gap is. How did you go from 1/2 to 5 halves? Subtract them to see what step you took, right? To find the D, common difference between 1/2 and 5 halves, we're going to subtract the next one, subtract the prior one to see how much you grew or you shrunk. Yeah, Marco.
So I converted mine to decimal form, then said what's 2 each time. Is that fine?
It's fine. Yeah. It's your guys' preference. I want you to be comfortable with both, but you could even change that decimal as your answer back to a fraction, right? So think of it that way. You can work it out in the way that you need to. Okay. So let's look. 5 minus 1, when you're subtracting or adding fractions, you need a common denominator, which we have, and then you just subtract the numerators. 4 halves is 2. 2. So what did we get? We got our D value is equal to 2. We know our A sub 1 is equal to 1/2. These are all the pieces of information we needed in order to throw it into our explicit formula. Okay. So one thing at a time. Here we knew we had to write an explicit formula. So I wrote it all the way down and then just reminded myself, hey, I just need the first term in the common difference to be able to input what I need. So now we're going to go in and we found the common difference. We're going to just write the explicit formula. It's going to have an in it. We're leaving it because this formula will allow us to find any term. A sub n, any term is going to be equal to the original term, right? First term, plus n minus 1 times 2. Now, I know the 2's on this side, but this is exactly the same as if we had this, okay? Okay, so we just have to distribute and get 2n minus 2. That's going to be the same thing we get over here. We're going to end up with our a sub n. It's going to be 1/2 plus 2n minus 2. Let's combine what we can. A sub n is equal to 2n, right, minus, what do you think? You got $50 in your pocket. You have to pay somebody $2. What happens when you take away $2 from $0.50? Do you have any money left? You got negative money. You owe this friend some money still. How much do you owe him? When we have -2, think of it like this. And I haven't taught this yet, so I'm gonna give this like a looking ahead to summer kind of idea. If you're on the diving board, you're about to dive in. You don't know how to dive, so that's how you dive. You kink your body like that. You think that's how you dive, but that's okay. So you're ready to dive in. You're 1/2 of a foot. You're 1/2 of a foot up. Here's 1. You're 1/2 of a foot above the water. You're going to go down 2 feet. Look, we're going to go down to get to 0. That's 1/2. We have to keep going down. We're going to end up at -1.5. Okay? -1.5. Okay, no problem, Zach. Welcome. Welcome to class. And there is our explicit formula. Whew. all they asked for was this guy and that guy. So we have all worked out. Okay? Give me a thumbs up, sideways down if you asked for that. Or give me a, yeah? Or even if you didn't ask for it, give me a thumbs up, sideways down. Yeah, we can do that all day. Nice. All right, let's look at number 8. Then we will take a break and do our next lesson. All right, you are going on vacation. Yes. You have $105 to take with you. So I'm going to say that's like my budget. This might remind you of something. $105 to take with you. You expect to spend $15 a day. So you're going to spend $15 per day. So just because we have $100 in our pocket, I'm going to put this 15 as we're going to subtract $15 a day, right? If we're spending $15 a day, we're going to subtract $15 from my total every day. That makes sense, right? That's how you'd keep a budget. Let's see. You want to, so here's our goal. We want to end with $30. All right. Write an explicit formula. All right, explicit formula represents situation. How many days can you spend $15 and still end up with $30? So I'm going to rewrite the explicit formula first because I know I read and I think already, I better know what this is. You see, now that we have it down, it's much easier because look, we can reference this. We could think about, well, what do we need to know in order to fill in this formula? We only need this and we only need that. Okay. So looking at that, let's go ahead and input some information. What did we start with? What was the first term? First term? We started with $105. We started with $105. That was the first term. We're just having a sequence of numbers that is going to represent us spending $15 a day. So I know I started with $105. What is our common difference? Every day, I'm spending $15. I'm going to subtract $15 from my budget every day because that's how much I spend. And by the end, we're going to see that, eventually we would spend all our money. So let's see. If I have $105 and I spend $15, I end up with $90. You see? So this is like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So I know that, look, my common difference is negative 15. All right. Let's go ahead and simplify this. Negative 15 in plus 15. A to the n is negative 15 in. That plus that gives us, let's see, what, that's 15, not 1.5. So we get plus 120. So here's my explicit formula. That was a main part of what we had to do. The next thing we need to think about is, well, how many days can I stay on vacation if I want to end with $30? Because you could see we'd subtract another 15, we get 75. We'd subtract another 15, we get 60. How many more till we end up with 30? What is this going to be right here? A sub what? A sub what? Because we're trying to figure out how many days to get $30 left. Now watch, this is what we're going to do. Because look, think about this. If I plug in 1 right here, that's looking for the first term. It would be negative 15 plus 120, and I would get, as my answer, I would get 105. We're going to do this in reverse order where we're going to say we end with $30. So I'm going to put $30 here. Because remember, if I wanted A sub 1, I'd plug in 1 here, work it out, and A sub 1 would be equal to 105. In this case, I want to see what I plug in for in to end up with $30. Okay, there's a conceptual jump right there that I just said. If you got it, you got it. If you don't worry. It's going to keep on applying as we go. Oh, I see 51. Wait, well, 15. That's what that says. Okay. It's backwards. Let's see. What do we need to do? We need to solve for n. How did you get negative 15 in? Good question. I got negative 15 in because I knew my common difference was negative 15. Why? Because I'm spending $15 a day, right? Each day I spend 15 bucks. So the way I got negative 15 in is I have to distribute that negative 15. We can't just multiply it to one thing and not the other. It's that times the whole quantity. So when I multiply it, I ended up with 105 minus 15 in, and then plus 15 because it's negative times a negative. Did that help? All right. So look, let's go ahead and solve it. Good. Let's minus 120. You could have solved it a different way. You could have moved other things around. You have that liberty. But this seemed a little bit more straightforward to me. All right. Everyone okay at each step so far? Yeah. Okay. Let's divide by negative 1. Negative 15. What? Nice, Haley. You're on top of it. And that equals? Ooh. But there's one thing with that. One thing. Why is it 6, not negative 6? Negative divided by negative. That's like bad mood, good date. Okay, it's the rules of dating. You just wait. You're going to apply them. You'd be like, I'm pretty good at dating from math. I took math, and I'm better at dating. It's great. All right. Bad joke. Wah, wah. All right, look. It takes 6 days. No problem. It takes 6 days for us to get to 30 bucks. Let's see if that's true. Because look, 105, we had 90, we have 75, 60, 45, 30. How many days did that take? A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. Ah, yeah. Whew, did it. Okay. That is like a depth of knowledge kind of 2 kind of problem. Okay, so we'll look over these as well after the Thanksgiving break. I even gave you until the Thursday after we get back to finish the next assignment. This assignment will be due the Tuesday we get back. So we're going to have Monday to look over these again. And you know what? If you want to just test yourself out, test. I'm probably going to do numbers 9 and 10. I'll do numbers 9 and 10 on that Monday we get back because I've already done, 3 of the 8 problems. So I want to do at least one other like challenge problem when we get back on Monday. So maybe check out 9 and 10. We'll probably do one of those. So number 8 though, this was number 8. And grab a screenshot of number 8 if you need it. Take a screenshot. Screenshot in 3, 2, 1. Marco, yeah, question.
So I put A6 equals 30. Is that okay?
That does note that the 6th term will be 30. Yes, that is correct. And you see how you can represent your answer in a few different ways in this, n equals 6 is probably the least explicit kind of way to say this because it doesn't give all the information. I actually like how you said that a sub 6 is equal to 30 because you identify what we were looking for and the term that's associated. Good job. That actually makes me think about how I'm going to express these answers. Perfect. All right. Is everybody okay? Anybody want to see another homework problem? You know it's my favorite thing to do. Go over homework problems. I really don't mind it. If anybody has another. I do kind of like it, I'll admit. All right. Stopping the video. Thanks for watching.